Hi, today I have on my mother, Crystal, my grandma, Betty, my aunts, Lisa Morris Hibbler, and Trinae, my uncle, under the name Karen Counseling, and my cousin, Alexandria Hibbler, and they're all over the age of 18. This is my paper, and it is 150 words or less. It is 96. And here is my informative speech. Hi, my name is Erinn Harry, and this is my informative speech. School is supposed to be a place where we better ourselves and our future. But what if I told you that's not the case for everyone? In fact, it can be the first step in the wrong direction. Today, I hope today my goal is to inform you about the school to prison pipeline. You may be asking, am I qualified to talk about this? But I believe that I am. I've been a part of Trial by Peers for 4 years. Trial by Peers is a program that has direct contact between the Clark County School District and the juvenile justice system. Juveniles get the opportunity to be represented by their peers. I've also had the opportunity of being an intern at the City of Las Vegas Municipal Court. During my time, I was not only allowed to shadow different departments, but allowed to shadow judges. And that includes Cedric Kearns. Cedric Kearns is the Yo Court judge, which is for the youth. Today, I will be talking about what the school to prison pipeline is and what resources that we have today so that the youth in the youth in your life and kids in our community don't become a part of the statistic. Today, I will be focusing on why minorities are affected by this at a disproportionate rate and what resources have been put in place to stop this. Now that you understand what I would like to talk about today, let's dive into what is the school to prison pipeline. Why does why are minorities affected at a disproportionate rate? Like many things in American history, racism is a fundamental building block as to why we treat certain marginalized groups the way we do. We judge them based upon how they look rather than what they bring to the table and if they're a good person or not. The leading clause for the school to prison pipeline is the zero tolerance rule. The zero tolerance rule bypasses all disciplinary actions that could benefit a student and goes straight to the referrals to the police. Oftentimes in minority communities, we fear the police because of things that certain police officers have done being a part of law enforcement. To name a few, I'm talking about Emmett Till, George Floyd, and Breonna Taylor. School is supposed to be a place where we uplift one another and it's a safe place for kids that come from all different backgrounds. However, oftentimes it's where kids are judged the most. Students may experience different behavioral, economic, and family issues that cause them to act out. And normally they are punished more harshly. Juveniles that enter the criminal justice system at a young age oftentimes go through life in and out of jail. Due to the effect of the school to prison pipeline, students that have experienced this juvenile justice system categorize law enforcement with hatred and unfairness, while law enforcement should be categorized with protection to all people. Now that you understand how the school to prison pipeline affects minorities, let's talk about what reforms have been put into place to stop this from happening. Number one, we have now started to keep track of the referrals, which is good because after referrals, oftentimes it becomes expulsion and suspension. Next, we have opened the conversation up to their parents and advocates, which is good. Also, because most of the time when students get in trouble, the first time that their parent or advocate is hearing about it is in that scary talk with the administration. But if we open it up, we can create a strategic plan to keep that student on the right path and to make sure that they know that the people around them are supporting them and making sure that they are being heard. The next thing is getting rid of the zero tolerance rule, which is perfect because the zero tolerance rule bypasses all the disciplinary actions that can benefit the student. With getting rid of that, we can use disciplinary actions that can help them. like counseling, mentorship, just to name a few. Also, we have also decided in some school districts to get rid of police officers or limit them, which is also useful because we don't want students to fear police officers. We want them to know that they are there to protect them and they're protecting their safety at all costs. You may be wondering, because we all live in Nevada, what resources do we have in Nevada to help students like this and to stop the school to prison pipeline? One that is very useful is the Harbor Services juveniles who are having trouble in school. Sometimes when you experience trouble in school, you just need someone you can talk to and lean on. And that is what the Harbor is there to do. The Harbor also focuses on uplifting individuals rather than continuing to compare them to the mistakes. Nobody should be judged upon the mistakes that they made in their past because it should not affect the future. Everyone should have an equal chance to turn their life around and make a positive impact on the community. We've learned about what has been done and what we can do as a public to stop the school to prison pipeline. In conclusion, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Now that you gave more knowledge about the prison and school pipeline and reforms that have taken place, you've gained a little bit of an insight into the school to prison pipeline, what effects it has on different groups, such as minorities, and what reform has taken place. Now that I have finished about my speech, I would like to extend an offer for you guys to reach out to the Harbor and your local school districts to see what you can do and how you can become an advocate so that you can impact your community in a positive way. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day. Thank you. Oh, and lastly, let me go ahead and give my credits. First credit would be Shutting Down the School Line by Jay Blitzman, which was published on October 21st, 2021. And then I also have one that was published in 2012, which is by Michelle P. Evans and Celeste R. Dicklick Davison. Also, who is most affected by the school to prison pipeline, which is by the Education Online, and that was published in November of 2022. And lastly, the Clark County government page and also the Harvard page. And those are my sites. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.